I would like to show you guys how to put tape when you're doing drywall really fast and easy, and you're not going to need any expensive tools like those bazookas or whatever they called when you see the professional drywallers or tapers are using. I'm using only knives and a corner knife too. So let me show you how I do it. I'm going to show you how I do tape on this little room. It's going to be like a little kitchenette in this place. Probably 10 or 12 sheets of drywall just on the walls. Ceiling will be suspended ceiling. And first I'm going to install drywall real quick, and then I'll show you how I do tape. It's going to take me probably half an hour, 40 minutes. Right, I finished the drywall. Before I do tape, before I show you how I do my tape, I want to point out that before doing any tape, I usually fix gouges, gaps, and I pre-fill big gaps like this. And I usually use a DRYWALL 90 or sheetrock 90, which is pretty good for that. And whenever I have a butt joint, I trim the edges so it will make like a gap, so compound can fill it all up, and it will be really nice joint. Yeah, gaps like this you have to pre-fill before you do any tape. Gouges like that too. Now it's time to make my taping jig, and for that I'm using square bucket. That's what you need. Okay, what I will be doing, our tape, I'm just gonna make mark. I made the mark how wide is my tape on both sides of the bucket. Now I'm going to show you, I don't have time to show how I'm making the whole thing. You can use your imagination how I'm doing this, or you can do it your own way, but I'm going to show you the finished product, how it's going to look. Alright, so this is the jig I will be using for my taping. To put mud on the tape, I took the square bucket. I cut the tiny hole right on the bottom of the bucket where tape goes in. It's almost a score of the knife. So I'm feeding my tape through this, like through the score. Then the tape is going through the bucket on another side, and on this side I just took the old knife, cut the hole in the bucket, so it's adjustable, right? So see, I adjusted the hole like 1/8 of an inch. I don't need more mud on this side of the tape. So when I'm pulling the tape, I'm pulling like this, so there is no tape on that side. All the tape will be only on this side here. So I will be pulling the tape with the mud on this side. And after I have enough tape in my container, I'm gonna use like an old box or old bucket. I'm gonna lower it like this, so I will not be losing any mud through that hole. Okay, let me show you how I do it. I'm using the all-purpose compound, but we have to thin it down so it will be liquid enough to pour from one bucket to another, and then it means it's going to be fine. Alright, we're ready to tape. I just want to make sure that this is closed. I'm just gonna cut the tape. I'm gonna pull a little bit. I don't want to have the tape completely gone from here. Yeah, so I'm gonna close it, and I'm just gonna pour the compound right here inside. That's enough. It's hard to hold the camera, and so now we're gonna open up our hole here. I'm gonna do just probably 1/8 of an inch, yeah, like that. And you can see how the tape is covered with mud is coming out, right? So I'm gonna pull probably 50 feet, and then I'm gonna be doing the horizontal joint first, and then I'll show how I'm gonna do the corners. Okay, I have enough tape to work with. I stopped because I ran out of mud. We can see it's almost on the bottom there, and I can see that it's not covering the tape anymore, right? So I stop right here. I'm gonna add more mud, so I'm gonna work with the tape that I already have here. That's how it looks when I put it right on the wall. So you just have to use your knife and just get rid of this mud from it, right? So yeah, the same like here. You just have to push the mud out. For the corners you can use a corner knife from Home Depot or whatever big box, big store that you can buy it from, but I personally like to use a 4-inch knife, and I'm just gonna push one side and then I'm going another side. Like that. Here is the second corner I'm doing. So I almost did everything, all the tape, except this corner and that one. And I already run out of tape. I'm gonna reload on my jig. But one thing I want to point out, that if you have some spills on the wall, don't be afraid of that. Just take a knife and clean this. It's not a big deal. And don't be afraid to get dirty or to get your hands dirty. I'm keeping the bucket with water, look with me, so I'm cleaning my hands and the rag and all that. So if you want to do it fast, you're gonna get dirty for sure. Well, the taping is finished. Well, not taping is finished, but the tape is on the wall, so every corner has tape in it. All the joints are taped. 10-11 boards of drywall should take you probably 15-20 minutes to apply tape with the jig like this. If you can't find the square bucket, I sometimes use the box from the drywall screws like this. will work too, but not the shelf like this, a little higher, like the big one. And for the small project, probably just knives are fine. But if you have a couple of rooms, a couple of hundred of feet of tape to apply your project, you should probably use the jig like this. It will save you lots of time. Well, thank you for your time, and if you don't mind, put a like for my video. I would really appreciate it. Thank you.